Hey, good evening, guys. How's everybody doing? It's Thursday. Hope everybody's doing well. I am doing much better today, so that's good news. Just been resting and restoring my body, but also in the same time, I have been focused on setting out and hitting my targets like I've planned to do. So, anyway, which brings me to my point and what I want to discuss with you today. So today I went and had coffee with another brother from Warrior. It was great to just connect with him and meet him for the first time and just discuss things as men. And let me tell you, the primary thing that we talked about was our children. And I shared with him that it is my goal and my part of my purpose to build the next leaders of men in this country. So the weight that I hold for myself, the standard that I hold myself to, is because of my boys. Like, I am so committed and I do the things that I do day in, day out, regardless of feeling like shit, for my boys. Because it takes me back to a time where I wasn't the standard. I wasn't the example. I was actually the quite opposite of that. I was a man who did not have confidence. I was a man who was never fulfilled in anything that I did. I was grumpy as shit. You never knew when I was going to lose my shit on my wife, on my kids, for no reason at all. And that man I have killed and moved away from. Because the pain as a father and a husband, when you do that stuff, when you have those emotions, when you have those feelings, and you can't cope with the gravity of the situation, no matter what it is, your kids pick up on it. So now I'm here as a man trying to right those wrongs. I'm trying to show up for my wife and my kids and my business and my employees and myself as the standard. So when I have this conversation with my brother from Warrior, I told him, I said, these guys are one of my driving factors on my success. Because without them even knowing, they're pushing me to be the best man that I can be for them. So that doesn't mean that I don't make mistakes still. That doesn't mean that I still don't get irritated. That doesn't mean that I'm fucking perfect. This game is not about perfection, guys. This game is about progress. This game is about elevating yourself to a place that you don't even think you can get to. And then doing the things day in and day out to try and get that target. No matter what. Past few days, I felt like crap. Past few days, I slept past 5 a.m. And despite feeling like crap, feeling run down, just tired, right? A little bit fatigued, I felt the standard within myself going, you didn't get up at 5 a.m. You didn't do this right after. You didn't do this right after. So you can see, by having this motivation or this driving factor for being the standard for my sons, it's flipped the script within me as well. It's now forcing me to be obsessed with this game. It's forcing me to be a better man. Because now, instead of slacking off, no matter how I'm feeling, remember we talked about facts over feelings. The facts are I got to do what I got to do. Now, I'm still doing what I do every day. It just looks a little bit different. But by pursuing this and being committed to this as a man, by setting the standard for my sons, for them looking and watching and hearing and everything about me that they see from me, that they get from me, it's all on me, guys. Because when they get older and they become men, they're going to be so elite because of the things that I'm doing today. Because of the example and the standard that I am setting as their father today. The standard that I'm setting when things aren't going my way. When things don't work out the way they're supposed to. When things get hard. They see me fail. They see me cry. They watch me. They learn. And even if you're a man that has daughters, guess what? That standard still applies. Because you're going to show your daughter what type of man she should be looking for when she gets older. So guys that have daughters, you don't get to bail out on this one. Hey, what's going on, guys? Even if you have daughters or sons, you still have to set the standard for yourself. Because you sure as hell don't want your daughter, growing up, dating, marrying some piece of shit soy boy, right? You still have to set the standard and be that man for her so she knows what to expect in a future husband. So this conversation with my warrior brother was fantastic. We had a great time just talking about all things of life and what we are doing and how we're just progressing ourselves as men. And it's great to have a conversation like that. It's great to hear other people's perspectives on, this game called life. And what we have to do as men. And I look at it that way. As men, you do have a choice. But do you really? Like, what's on the line for you guys? Because my son's sons is what I look at. That's what I focus on. How I raise these boys to be men, how to buck the norm, how to grow and develop when they're just very, very young in their mindset and the fortitude that I'm helping them build. When my 7-year-old asked me to meditate, most kids are delayed. Most kids are stuck on iPads all day. Most kids are stuck in a public school system that's propagandized certain aspects of that school system. Most kids don't even know how to balance a fucking checkbook. That's why my kids are homeschooled. It's on me to raise them as future leaders. As men, real men. So that when they have kids of their own, they can be the standard. Because that's what's at stake, brothers. Men, hear me. I was not that guy for a long time. I was the overweight, sedated person, man, wannabe man, that I couldn't even look in the fucking mirror. But I figured it out. And now I'm obsessed with the outcome, the result that I'm headed towards. So that's the man I am today. So, as always, I am on a path. I am on a war path to empower men, to wake them the fuck up out of their sleep deprivated state of sedation, to get them to be the standard in their child's life, their spouse's life, their business, their job, That's my calling. I didn't need more stuff to do, but I was called to do this, and I accepted. So if you're a man that's struggling with those things that I've talked about today, and you have children, and their legacy, your legacy's on the line, send me a DM. I'll tell you how you can apply for my program, and let's get to fucking work. Let's be the fucking man. So as always, guys, signing off. We'll talk to you tomorrow.